Target Racing presents Show Us Your Tips December 3rd weekend preview. Daggy flying solo today to look towards Rosehill and Pakenham this coming Saturday. We head to Rosehill first, where the rail is in the 4 metre mark. The track's apparently soft, but I struggle to believe it won't be good on race day. So we'll monitor for any on pace situations throughout the afternoon. But for now, I've treated it as pretty fair. We kick off with a 1350 metre benchmark, 78 to start the day. Well, hopefully we can start day with a winner. Shahonka off a nice return to Sydney. Solid effort, I think one of a bit in hand, and meets a field that a lot of these aren't going anywhere. So gets control, gets T Clark, I think going to be hard to beat. Mark it in the right order, I would say, with Nicky's Fling the main danger there. We head to race 2, the 1800 metre handicap, which I'll pass on. Lord de Semino does come through the lead up in the highway down at Kembla. Ran okay there, but I have not spent a great deal of time on that race. By good, not a great deal, I mean none. Race 3 is the 1200 metre benchmark 72. Good start to the day for the Waterhouse stable with Snits on Fire 3 from 3. Hopefully it can go 4 from 4. Same connections as the first race. Tim Clark getting control. I think this is a talented horse. I think it maps quite well and hard to beat. I think $4 is a fair enough price the way I've looked at this race. So pretty keen to be playing with the Waterhouse double early on. Race 4, benchmark 88 over the 1100 metres. Looking on pace again here with Mr. Mosaic. First up for the Ryan stable, always a good thing. Gets control of this race, potentially has Marway the tagging or riding shotgun, but I think it, at least first up's the best horse. First up only, I think, in most cases for this one, but I can give us a definite sight. 1100 suits, the claim to get it down under the minimum it suits, and I think will give us a good side around the $3 mark there. Tycoonist trials have been okay. He does get J-Mac, but I think we can keep rolling with the on-pace runners to start the day. Race 5, the 1300 metre midway, which is the benchmark 72. I was giving a chance here to Awesome Lad for Nash. Outside gate can get across and hopefully there's a bit of speed here, but get in behind Nick Tock and finished on the heels of a good horse in Zerastro last start. I don't know, it's definitely not any tougher, but definitely definitely a bet at $10 at least to me. I think it's a nice play here from Arctic Thunder. Quiet trial coming to this. J Mac on, there's a bit of intent there. Probably, in the discussion for best horse in this race, which puts it in the game, as the market says. But they're the two I'll be looking at here. I think the $10 is a good price for Awesome Lad. 6 is the 800 metre benchmark 72, where without a great deal of confidence, I was looking to the Queensland form, actually. Karlstad, a couple of nice wins, has been able to roll forward on pace and give nothing else a chance, and can do it here. A bit of fresh blood into the Sydney ranks, and I'm just a bit over both the provincial stuff and the lead up, so I was happy to spec Karlstad, and maybe Caesar's Palace and the quick backup for Alicia Collett can give you a sight. It is going wet back to dry, but around a $10 mark will be one for the early quarters that I'll be throwing in there. The late quarter kicks off with race 7, 2,000 metre benchmark 78. Back on the dry, saved from the wet last week, kept for the dry here. Suits Born a King, a nice win last start. Drawn to have it to sit wide and pick when it wants to take its shot there. And I think the 2 last start winners, imports, will run well here. Born a King from Hueta, who was a nice win down at Kembla, up in Newcastle. In fact, it was beating Marapa, whose form would fit in okay here. We'll get to the quaddy later on for the other numbers. The 8th, 1500 metre benchmark 72, and I've stuck with. I've actually gone back to Green Flash here. Just Reduced choice on the heavy 10 at. Soft 7, but rain throughout the night there at Canterbury was never going to be competitive, which I probably should have forecast. Back to the dry definitely suits. I like the fact it's $12. I like the fact we can get some of that back from last time, and will give us a sight from Francesco Guardi, the obvious at the top there, J Mac and Waller, off just getting nabbed last start. The 9th of the day at Rosehill is, well, I don't know which horse, apart from maybe Grand Piano and Pandano, can't win this race. I think everyone else is a chance. Not a great deal of insight I can provide you. Big Boy Roy's trials are okay. It maybe raced against some better stuff last prep. Has been out of the winner's circle for a while, but has run okay, and will give a sight here. But I think there's 4 genuine chances, as the market suggests. Race 10 wraps us up, the 1200 metre benchmark 78, where I'll come home with the last start winner. Much better. Good win there. Has been going quite well all prep, and I think will run well again here. From Amici, who looks the obvious danger to me. It was a nice return, a nice first up return in Sydney, and I think that all matches up here. But a few chances again to go in the quaddie. For progretracing.com.au, check them out for their free tips and extensive guides. My best of the day at Rosehill is in the first. Shahonka, I think, will run well. I think Green Flash provides a nice bit of value there later in the afternoon. Our quaddie numbers in Sydney: 1, Hueta; 3, Welsh Legend; 4, Born a King; 6, Lady Loves to Gamble; 11, Com Bella Fee; 1, Francesco Guardi; 6, Green Flash; 3, Too Much Caviar; 8, Waihaha Falls; 1, Brutality; 3, Big Boy Roy; 4, So Wicked; 7, Canasta; 8, Catalan; and we'll come home with 2, Much Better; 5, Rangers; 7, Amici; and 13, Queen Bellissimo to wrap up our quaddie at Rosehill Gardens tomorrow. We head down to Pakenham, where the rail is in the true. The track is good. A little bit of drizzle around for the afternoon, apparently, but we will treat it as standard Pakenham, which means you can generally make ground there as a rule. Slightly better quality of horse there, so we'll see how the track plays than they usually get, but treat it as fair for now. We see the return of Jamie Carr. I feel like I found a lot of Moonee Valley form here off maybe some bias tracks, which doesn't leave me completely comfortable. We'll see how we go for the afternoon, where we kick off with the benchmark 70 over the mile, where we can kick off, I'm hoping, with a winner, Lyrical Lad, off her demolition at Cranbourne. Comes here. I don't think this is any tougher field than it faced last time. It's slightly up in grade, and I think she'll run very well here and be very hard to beat, as the market suggests. Race 2 is a 1400 metre benchmark 78, where I am going to go with the aforementioned Valley form. Mariah Mia was just super impressive last time, controlled the race, ran away and absolutely brained him. I think can run well again here, as the market suggests, from maybe the best, who crossed the line with an honest enough horse in Paul's Regret. Goes wet back to dry, but I think they're the 2 main ones, and the 2 I'm going to play in this second. Race 3 is a 1,000 metre benchmark 78, where again going off the Valley demolition, but Brownie was pretty good with a little bit of a bias in his favour, but was good winning that over the 1,000. This suits here, and will give a same sort of site. The claim for Josh Richards helps as usual, but happy to stick with Brownie in the third. Race 4 is another 1,000 metre benchmark 70. Sticking a little bit with the Spruik, coming back from the Coolmore. Didn't factor there, but right back in grade here. Marine One has a bit of hype on it. First 2 wins were quite good, and 5-6 lengths off home affairs with the rest of that field. So reads are right here. So happy to put Marine One on top in race number 5. Race number 4. Race 5 is, in fact, the mile handicap here. Frankie Pino is very short, probably too short, in my opinion, for a horse that doesn't always looks impressive, doesn't tend to want to win. So I've gone with a horse that does like to win in High Stranger, off the Kilmore Cup win, where it chimed in and raced away quite well. But this is a good race. High Stranger on top. Don't Doubt Dory is obviously a chance, and Frankie's always a chance. Small field probably helps, but you'd like to see her actually put a nose in front one of these times in. The quaddie kicks off with the 1,200 metres open handicap, where I have got on top Ocean Beyond. I liked its win last starts at Ballarat. A great ride by Harry Coffey, ducking up along the corner and stealing that one, but can bounce off that around the $5 mark. I think it's a good bet. It's drawn to get a nice run here. Ranting showed a little bit last start. Nothing I really want to be jumping up and down about just yet, but will run well here. Does get Jamie Carr back on board, which obviously helps. But sticking with 8 Ocean Beyond to put a couple together. The Pakenham Cup, race 7, is the feature on the day over the 2,500 metres, where I was going with the Cup week form. I was sticking with team captain, who's flying for the new connections, Blake McDougall, getting on very well with this horse and will run very well here, I think, from Good Idea, who chased it home in his 30s. Have to have a good place bet there. And you've got to respect Smoking Romans, who does reunite with Jamie Carr and is very honest. But Yulon Captain flying at the moment. Race 8 is the 1,400-metre gold bullion. On top for me is winning partner from the McAvoy yard. Chased home Wicklow Town, just missed their last start at the Valley in a bit of a return to form. Does have some nice scalps on its resume, and I think its form stacks up okay here over the 14. Yulong January resuming. Market obviously respects it and went out with a couple of nice wins last prep. And Turbo, the other chance for me, who looks to be the up-and-comer. But I've got 2 from 1 here in the 8th. And we wrap up the day with a benchmark 78 over the 2,000 metres, where a couple of chances to wrap us up. Saltpeter has been going quite well and is honest. Ollie goes on. And Kissinger looks like he might be ready now. Hit the line nicely last time, finally up in distance, just been ticking over. And I think this might be a bit of a goal here. So they'll be the 2 I'll be wrapping up the day with. I suppose I better do the Pakenham Quaddie as well in Beaver's absence. We'll kick off the first leg with 4 munitions, 5 neighbourhoods, 6 ranting, 8 Ocean Beyond. The 7th, 3 Good Idea, 8 Smoke and Romans, 10 Team Captain. 1 Yulong January, 2 Winning Partner, 3 looks like Elvis pops up here and can run very well actually. And number 7 Turbo. And we come home with 5 Kissinger, 8 Saltpeter, and 4 Court Deep. My best down there is in the first again. I think that it, who did I say that was, is in the first, which will be Lyrical Lad. Can put a couple together. I'll make my value for the day winning partner in the 8th. Good punting tomorrow, punters. Stay safe, and hopefully Beaver and I will see you all Tuesday night for our midweek preview. Catch you soon.